Are you in law school right now, or are you thinking about going to law school next year? Either way, I'm here to give you what I believe to be one of the most important tips you will ever hear. I'm going to tell you how to win at law school. Doc from Barcast Audio here. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to this channel for more tips, law school tips, bar exam tips. Be sure to check out barcastaudio.com for all those materials you may need, audio outlines, essay attack sheets, everything you need for law school consulting. If you are preparing to go to school next year, we can give you a head start and get you ahead of the curve in that regard. But without further ado, let's jump right in to this idea of winning law school. Now, winning law school is going to mean different things to different people. For some students, that's going to mean getting a big law job. For others, it's just going to mean leaving law school without any semblance of student debt. But for a lot of students, they sort of enter with this idea, if I don't get one of those big law jobs, if I don't get one of those $250,000, $200,000 paying jobs out of law school, I have failed. I have not won at this experience. Now, I'm going to be trying to address this in a couple of videos over the course of the next few months in terms of what I think winning at law school really means and what that really entails. But for now, what I want to talk about is just this idea of the zero-sum game, of winning in terms of getting a big, high-paying job. Now, in general, that is going to be what winning feels like for a lot of students. But according to Law School Transparency, as of 2022, less than 24% of all law students got a big law job out of school. That means that more than 75% of law students are not getting one of those jobs. Just to break that down a little bit more detail for you, that means that more than 75% of law students are not getting one of those highly coveted big law jobs. Now, I know you may be thinking, that's not me. That's not me. I'm going to be one of those 25%. And okay, maybe you are. But think about now what it would mean if you were not. 75%, more than 75% of students are not getting those jobs. And guess what? They don't just stop existing because they don't get those jobs, because they didn't get into big law. Most lawyers don't work within big law, and plenty still find happiness and financial stability within the legal field. Understand going into law school that you are going to have goals, lofty goals, maybe more reasonable goals, maybe bottom of the barrel goals. And some of them you will achieve, some of them you will not achieve. And regardless, whether you achieve everything that you necessarily set out to, you can still have a long, successful, fulfilling career in the law, despite not succeeding in what you may have perceived to be your ultimate goal entering law school. So the point of this video is really about goal setting. It's critical as you enter law school that you get a sense of what you want out of the experience. Do I want to make more money to get my family into a better living situation? Do I want to leave law school without any sort of student debt so I'm free and clear and have a degree that will allow me to make a living? Do I want to work in the public sector, helping people, making a difference? These are the things you need to clearly articulate, not just in your head, not just vaguely, not just maybe on social media. This is something you really need to commit to write down, to keep in your own records so that you have a sense, sort of a grounding point as you get to law school. Law school is very good at making otherwise intelligent, otherwise brilliant people feel unmoored. And by establishing these ground posts of what you're looking to get out of the experience is the only way you can really succeed and avoid getting unmoored by the trials and tribulations that encapsulate the law school experience. Now, the way that I typically recommend students do this is by setting up 1, a dream goal, 2, a plan goal, and 3, a no goal. Now, I'll have a worksheet that you can fill out. It's for free on the Barcast Audio website. You can find it in the link to this video, and it sort of walks you through exactly what you should be doing here. But let's dive a little bit deeper into what each of these goals really looks like. First off, your dream goal is going to be what you really want out of law school. Think your personal best case scenario. Whether that be a big law job, maybe that means becoming a prosecutor or getting on law review. Make whatever your dream goal is going to be something that is just the total, absolute peak. Everything goes right for you. You get everything you want. You keep your scholarship. You get a $200,000 job out of law school, or you're working in-house out of law school, whatever it may be. That is your dream goal. But you have to set this dream goal with the understanding that a lot of the factors standing between you and achieving that dream goal are going to be out of your control. Things may pop up that may cause you to bomb a final, and that may affect your ability to get certain jobs. You have to understand that there are things beyond your control that may set you off this path. And if those things happen, you cannot be too hard on yourself for not necessarily getting there. Next up, let's go with your plan goal. The plan goal is what I would consider the more realistic of your 3 goals. It's sort of a middle of the road goal. This is a goal that you would still be happy with achieving if that dream goal of yours failed. If law school doesn't live up to your expectations, if things don't go as smoothly as maybe they have otherwise in your academic career. And it's based largely on what realistically you think you can do. So this is more of a think goal. Goals we've seen law students set here include finishing ranked in the top half of their class, having a job lined up after graduation, graduating law school without any debt, getting an internship in an area of practice that's really important to them, maintaining an academic scholarship throughout the course of law school if you're entering with one of those strings attached scholarships, and passing the bar exam. Passing the bar exam is something that not everyone is able to do, but this is something that students say, hey, if I'm able to go to law school, I'm able to pass the bar exam, I'm able to get a job out of school, that's good enough for me. Now, let's go to our no goal. The no goal is going to be a goal that is completely within your control. It is something you can accomplish without external factors. It is something that you know you are going to be able to do. Now, maybe your no goal is simply to protect your relationships. If you're somebody who's married or enters law school in a relationship, you know that you are going to be able to prioritize that and not sacrifice that for the sake of school. Law students sometimes get swept up in this idea that law school is the only thing in their life that matters. And that makes them largely insufferable to the people around them. And maybe they don't realize it, and I don't know. I probably didn't realize it myself, but it is something that does happen. So maybe you set out to say, I'm going to protect my relationships. I'm going to continue to make sure that I'm doing things to make sure I don't completely destroy relationships that I had before law school. Maybe your no goal is you're going to take care of your mental health. Maybe you are someone who is prone to mental health episodes, prone to depression, and you understand the rigors of law school may trigger some things in you that are unpleasant. If that's the case, you know that at the very least you are going to take care of your mental health throughout the law school process, prioritize that. Maybe you know that under stressful situations you tend to neglect your physical health. So you know that you are going to keep up a healthy exercise routine no matter what as you progress through law school. This is something that you know can be within your control. Maybe you know at the very least you're going to study for X hours a day. You are going to commit to do your best in terms of studying, in terms of devoting time. Now, I know this kind of sounds like hokey pokey BS, pardon the phrase, to some extent, but it is really valuable because so much of law school is beyond your control. And the idea of exerting some level of control over your world is really useful and helps to ground you as you're progressing through law school. Because if things go sideways and you're halfway through law school and your GPA isn't what you wanted it to be, and you're not getting a job, or you strike out on OCI, you can look back and say, hey, this is what I set out. This is what was important to me, and I'm still sticking with my goals. Maybe the dream goal's out of commission now, but I still have things that are mooring me, that are keeping me grounded, and keeping me with the idea that maybe just because things didn't go perfectly, I can still have a successful career after this. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more of these videos, and check out barcastaudio.com if you are preparing for law school. We have all sorts of resources. We have all sorts of audio outlines, audio materials to give you a head start on law school. Our law school coaching program, our consulting program is really great. We help students prepare for law school and get them set up to score really well, get the jobs they want, and achieve some of these goals here. So be sure to check out the link in the bio here. You can set out a little goals worksheet for yourself. It's free, it's easy, and once again, keep it for your records. Allow it to serve as sort of a guidepost as you proceed through law school. Until